What's up, creatives, and welcome to another Romeo show. On today's show, we are going to be drawing a man's beard. This is the beard that we are going to be drawing in today's show. So what are we waiting for, folks? Let's roll the intro. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Hope you've had a good week and good weekend. If you're new to the show, my name is Romeo. I am a life coach and sketch artist, drawing people's portraits onto photorealism and showing you guys how to draw in my how to draw series. So far we have covered how to draw an eye, water droplet, hair, and today's one we are going to be drawing that beard. I also draw Mandala drawings, which I do on a Wednesday, and every now and then now what I'll be doing is also I do Zentangle patterns as well. Great art therapy drawings for you to do. If you want to check out any of my art therapy drawings of Zentangles, just click that link that's at the top there. That will take you to all of my playlists for all my Zentangle patterns. Great drawings to do for when you're wanting to relax and to focus. You don't need to be an artist to draw any of these. They're very simple to do. If you can draw a straight line, draw a circle, write the alphabet, anything like that, you can do these drawings. Just draw them within a square. Great therapeutic drawings to do, and like I was saying, they help you to concentrate and help you to focus as well. I also create books for my Amazon store as well. Any type of book you're looking for, from activity books, planners, journals, check out my website www.romeosketches.co.uk, and that will lead you to my website where all my books are, so you can take advantage of all those. There's lots of books there for you to have a look at, lots of activity books for kids, and great therapeutic colouring books as well to help you also focus and concentrate and help you to relax as well. Moving on to today's video, like I was saying, we're going to be drawing this man's beard. Very cool drawing to do. Very simple one to do as well. Going to get you into that, you know, warming yourself up and drawing. You don't have to do long strokes with these hair pictures or anything like that. So the very short hair that we're going to be drawing in a man's beard, following the contours of the chin, the jaw, the mouth area, getting those waves in there as well using our pencils. You're going to be needing a 2H, 2B and a 8B pencil and a mono eraser. Blending stump if you had them, if not, cotton bud and our piece of tissue will help you as well. So what we're all waiting for, folks, let's roll the video. Hi everyone, so today we are going to be drawing a man's beard. This is the drawing that we will be, the man's beard that we will be drawing today. I'm going to put the picture up just in the corner there, so you've got a reference picture there if you want to follow along with this. You can see what we're going to look at first is how the beard is looking. You can see that it's got quite a sharp point where it comes from the top of the ear and it comes round, but it's got a lot of wave in the beard as well, so there's going to be a lot of S shape type of movement with our pencil, especially around this area here. And then as we get towards the front of the beard, it's just going to be a little bit more sporadic with a few little wisps and curls through this center area here. And then just through the moustache area, from the tip of the nose where the nostrils are, it's going to come a little bit out. And then towards, as it meets the rest of this beard here, we can see this area, it just curls round towards the bottom of the mouth. This area here comes down. So we're looking at, and this area here where we're going to be using our mono eraser, because obviously these white areas here from underneath the lip, it's just going to come towards and going to come a little bit more forwards with our strokes. There's a lot of, we got a few medium tones through these areas, the top half, and a few inside the beard, but mainly there's a lot more darker areas as we get towards the front of the beard through this area here, and there's a few darker shades through these areas here. So that's where we'll be using our 8B pencil. The majority will be using our 2B and our HB pencil, and then we'll be finishing it off with our mono eraser. And then with our mechanical eraser, we'll just do the very fine wispy ends that we have just protruding through the bottom of the beard. We're just concentrating on the beard area. We're just going to do a quick faint outline of the ear, the back of the head here, the neck area, just so that we've got something to work on when drawing our beard. We're not going to concentrate too much of the lip area. We probably will put a faint line in, but we're not going to be doing any of the details with the nose or anything like that, or the eyes. Probably a faint line around for the ear, but mainly concentrating today on drawing the beard. Just a little bit of a part 2 from our how to draw hair that we did last week, where we drew a flowing piece of hair and we also drew a plait as well. So I hope you guys got on well with drawing that plait. Let me know in the comments below on how you got on. The tools we're going to be using to start off with is our 2H pencil to do the outline and some of the finer hairs. We're going to be using a 2B pencil for the darker areas, the mid-tones. And for the darker tones, we're using our 8B pencil. The wispier edges, we're using our mechanical pencil. For the blending side, we're using a medium-sized blending stump. For the finer areas, maybe a finer blending stump there. A dry brush. We may use our tissue as well. And for the eraser part, we've got our kneadable eraser, mono eraser, and our square eraser. So they're the tools we're using, and just our brush there just to dot off any of the residue from any of the erasers. So let's get starting with it. Using our 2H pencil, we're just going to draw a faint outline of the man's forehead, his nose, and where the beard is going to be starting, and just around the ear. So we've got a little bit of a guideline of where to place our beard. The majority of this beard, we're just going to be shading in completely all in, and then we're going to be filling it all back in with short lines. This is, with the short lines and strokes. This is a good one to do, especially with men's beards, because the hair's not so long. So you're going to get all various types of beards: curly, small, straight, very short, graduated ones as well. Ones that go from where they've done like a skin fade, where it goes from nothing to a zero to blend in with the rest of the hair. We can get a bit more onto that one maybe next week as well. Just show you the different styles of beards that you get, maybe drawing like a moustache as well. So this is going to be like the part 2 of our hair drawing series. So let's start with the outline of the man. So we're just going to start with our 2H pencil. So it just comes round with the forehead, comes in where the eyes are, and then with the nose it's going to come out. I usually would do like a grid for when I'm drawing portraits and things like that, but for this one in particular, because we're just concentrating on the beard, we're not so much worried about how the rest of the face is going to look. So for the moustache now, we're just going to very faintly draw in that moustache, and it just comes round, and then we've got the bit just below the chin where it comes out a little bit more. Now you can see I'm not doing strokes like how I did here. They're very faint, wispy sort of strokes, just to get the feel of how the hair is going to look. And then we've got it's coming out at the bottom. Same again, just very faint. I'm not doing a harsh line. Just very short little strokes. This will be then carried back on again with our mechanical pencil. Then we bring it up. You can see it's a little bit more rigid and straighter now as we come up towards the chin, jaw area. And it comes following the shape of the beard where it comes in, and then it comes back up. Now you can see where the bottom of the nose is. It just comes past up above the nose, and it's going to peak off into a point about there. And then we can just bring that in. Like so. And then from the bottom of the nose, I'm just going to fill this area in here. So we've got the nostril. Just a little rough guide for the moustache area. And we've got this bit coming around just underneath the nose where it comes in and around. This is a great little exercise to do as well, just to get you sort of practice into drawing beards going to come around just a little bit more. And you can see that we're already starting off with the wave in this man's beard. Like so. And then we're just going to fill it in with just an ear here. Not worry too much about details of the ear. That'll be another tutorial for that. And then the back of the head. It's going to come slightly back out, and then with the neck area. And then just below his chin, around here. Yeah, we'll just put a little curving for his colour of his t-shirt. This is a very quick little sketch with just the outline. There we go. So that's just a quick little sketch of the outline of what we're going to be drawing. Just to give us an idea of where the placement of the beard is going to be. So now we're just going to start off with filling in the beard area. Now we're going to, using our 2H pencil, I'm going to fill it all completely in using the tip of the pencil, just so we've got a lot of coverage of the beard. That also saves us drawing. We are going to be drawing lots of little lines, waves and curls, but this helps to fill in a lot more of that beard area, so we can get as much graphite down. I'm using very gentle pressure. Hopefully you can see it on the camera what I'm doing. I'll zoom in as much as I can. And once I've got as much graphite down, I'll then go over this with a blending stump just to blend in all that graphite. Now where it was coming in through here, and that was his chin area, we're just going to mark off the lips or the middle of the mouth. Like so. All that's going to be covered over with his moustache. I'm using very light pressure to get the graphite down using the 2H pencil. Using the tip of my pencil. Slightly using the edge of it. I'm not using the edge completely. Let me know how you guys are getting on with these little short little tutorials. Well, they're not short, some of them can be quite long. Last week's one was quite a long one. But I do want to get as much information down of drawing something to you guys as possible. There's plenty of other videos out there that sort of just give you quick little tips and quick little drawings on how to draw them, which is fine. I do like to go into that a little bit more detail with it, just so that you guys can see like a whole process when you're drawing something. And once we've got all this down now, we'll then go over it with our blending stump. I'll probably start off with the dry brush first, and then go over that then with the blending stump. As you can see that whenever I do any of these sort of drawings, especially hair or anything like that, I always start off with a lighter pencil and I build up. I tend to build it up as I go along. I don't like to start off straight away with a dark pencil, because it's just nicer just to blend it. Just so that you've got a bit of a build up and different variations of different colours, different tones. Now I have a dry brush. I never did a mandala drawing last week. I may do one this week. I'm in the middle of, I just started a commission piece for someone, so I'm drawing someone's portrait for them at the moment, and that's taking up a bit of time, that is, to do, because they need it done by a certain amount of time. So a lot of my afternoons now, from once I've edited this video and uploaded it for tomorrow, for Tuesday, I tend to then just start working on that drawing. There's not going to be a process video of that. I have taken a few pictures of it, but that's just for the client themselves. But because it's a commission piece for someone, I don't tend to do the videos of those for their own privacy and things like that. I may do a mandala this week. Depends on how far I get with the piece. So we have the beard. Smooth it over slightly with our blending stump. This is just going to get a little bit more of that graphite into the page. I'm doing a lot more doodling work now as well, as I was saying last week, doing a lot more cartoon style drawings, using my Posca pens. Getting into more of that sort of style now as well. I want to do a little bit more creative stuff with that. Get into the comic style of drawing again. I used to draw a lot of comic characters back in the days when I was a kid. So I just want to get back into doing all that sort of stuff again. There's very much black and white stuff that I used to do. But yeah, I want to get back into doing a bit more colour. So there we have the beard down. Now we're going to start with our 2B pencil from this top bit here. And you can see the way it's starting to curl in with an S-type shape. I'll just zoom in now. You can see from the picture at the top there where it's just from here, it's coming in, small little strokes, and then we're going to come round into that sort of curvature, and then around here as well, just going with the way of the flow of the beard. So we'll start from here. Short little strokes they're going to be. And we're just going to come around with it. The light pressure I'm putting on. Yeah, it's going to come up and round. Keep the strokes nice and light, because you can always build up on those. Drawing the men's beards is a really cool one, just to get you sort of started on drawing. It's like we did the warm-up exercises last time. Really this is why we always look at the picture first, so we can see how the hair is forming, what it's doing. So we've got a rough idea of how our strokes are going to be. All men's beards are going to be different. We'll probably do another one next week. This is what I started off doing when I first started to draw. I was drawing hair when I first started off. And it's all going to come forwards from here now. What I'm doing, I'm just doing small little S sort of shapes. A few little straight ones, a few little curvy ones. Because it's not completely straight with the hairs, like you would do with like a eyelash or eyebrows or anything like that. And then just as I was saying, through the bottom of the lip area, it's all going to come forwards. These are going to be all done with our mono eraser as well. And then around the lip area, it's all going to come down and around, short little hairs. A lot of this is going to be filled in with the mono eraser, and then just below the nostril area, it's just going to come a little bit forwards because the hair sticks out through there. And then on the opposite side, it's just going to come round the lip. And then below the lip area, a few more little S-type shaped ones. And going to come forwards. And now it's going to come round. You can see I'm just doing little S shapes just to represent a wiry effect. It gets quite bushy as it gets towards the bottom, so there's going to be a lot more S-type shapes. And what I'll do is once we've done this, we'll go over it with our blending stump, blending all those little lines. And I'll repeat the process. So we start to get a build up of different variations of hair. Always keep the sort of direction of the hair as well. On men's beards, it always comes round towards the front and then comes down where it hits the chin area along the jaw and then just comes down. A lot of these wispy bits we will go back over with our mono eraser. You can see why we did the graphite over the top of it first. It just fills in. Plus it gives it that clean, that backdrop to it as well. Still following that shape around the edges now. It's going to come around through the front. Come through there, it's just a little bit more longer through there. We'll tidy up a lot of those. Like how we did with the plait last week, just around the edges of it. Add a few little strays. Just so it's not so much of a perfect line. Okay, so that's that part done. So we're just going to now go back over it now with our blending stump. I'm going to use the thinner one. You can use a cotton bud if you don't have a Tertullian or a blending stump. Now I'm following how my strokes were with the pencil as well with this. I'm not going in opposite directions to it, following exactly how I was using my pencil. Short little strokes as well, not doing huge lines. It does take a while to do. It's always best to get as much detail. I always say this in my drawings, as much of the detail down. Try and get all of the detail down. This also helps to fill in any of the little gaps as well from the in between each of the hairs. What it sometimes tends to do as well, it starts to give it that realistic feel to it as well. Just smoothing it over with a dry brush. Then I will go over it with 2B pencil again, following all the lines that I've already created, building it all up. And then once I've done this one, where all the darker areas is, I'll start to use the 8B pencil, so we start to build up on the darker colours, darker tones, should I say. As you already guessed that I'm not qualified artist. I never went to art college or art school or anything like that. So I'm not down with the technical terms for a lot of the art ways that I draw and things. It's very much how I see it and how I teach. Which hopefully it comes across to you guys as, you know, pretty much okay. Hopefully anyway. What this helps to do now is just to bring out some more of the hairs. So we start to get like a bit of a build up. Different variations. Different movements of the hair. And it just builds up a layer of the strokes we've already put down. Can be a little bit tedious with work, but it pays off when you want to create something realistic looking, especially with pencil. Back over with a blending stamp. Now this time around I'm probably not going to go around every one of those, just a few random ones. So I want a few to stand out as well. If you're not following me on TikTok, go ahead and follow me on TikTok. I upload a lot more videos, short videos, all the sort of progression work that I do on my drawings. I do a lot more sort of Zentangle art on there as well, and quick draw videos as well. Now with the mono eraser, I'm going to go with the mono eraser, then I'll go over it with the darker tones. So same here as well, a few little flecks where the light is hitting it. And then underneath the chin area where it comes round, it's a little bit more whiter with the hair, so we're going to put a few more lines in here. Putting a few curly wavier ones in as well. Ta-da! Now with our 8B pencil, we'll start doing the darker tones. A few of the random places now. Especially where the hair starts to curve and you've got the darker shade inside through these areas. It's like I always say, this is where the work will start to come alive a little bit more. Always working with a sharp pencil. Doing a lot more of the S-type shapes. Smaller, clumpier areas. It's always good to just have a good array of different mediums of pencil. You'll find that your work will be so much more realistic looking when you're using various mediums of pencil, from like we've always been doing for the last couple of weeks now, using a 2H, 2B and a 8B. You can use a 4B, 6B as well. I tend to use those two. You're going to create as much movement as your reference picture is showing to get that realistic effect to it. I'm just going over all the darker shades that we put in. Gets a little bit more wiry towards the end of the beard as well. We'll go over this again with 2B and 8B. And with the mono erase as well. I'm going to use the mono erase again. You can see how it works out when you just put the outline of the person's face in. You can just build up on that then. Just using the bigger stump now just to add just a few more little touches to the blend. Then I'll go over it with the mono eraser, get some of that white back into it again. As you get more further and further into your drawing, you'll start to just keep on picking up any of your tools and just picking them up and really making it work for you. There's no sort of set way that you have to follow this. Like you got once you've used the mono eraser or your blending stump, you're not going to use it again. Just keep picking it up, using it, going over it with your pencil, using it again. Use the mono eraser again. So I'll keep on always sort of stressing. It just helps to blend and bring your work to life. Now with our mechanical pencil, we're just going to do those edges bits. Just like how we did the rest of the drawing, it was none of these lines are straight. Putting little S shapes in them, little curves. And there we have it, guys. Our man's beard, drawn using our graphite pencils. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Next week will be another beard tutorial. So we used our graphite pencils. They started with the 2H, the 2B to get the mid-tones, and then we used the 8B to make the darker tones, and then our mono eraser to create the whiter areas in the hair. And then we have our with the blending stumps then as well, just to finish it all off and blend all those lines in. So here we have our beard there, guys. Thank you all again for watching, and I shall see you guys next week for our next tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next week. Peace. And how was that video for you guys? Hope you enjoyed that video. Give us a like if you enjoyed that video, and give us a comment on how you're getting on with any of my drawings or whatever else you would like me to see me draw. And that's the end of the show, folks. Thank you all again for watching, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click that bell and turn on notifications so you know when I upload a new video. My name is Romeo. This is Romeo Sketches, signing off. Peace out.